Sometimes when you're trying to impress someone with your builds, scale is also important. But in Minecraft, we can only place one block at a time. So to place blocks as fast as possible, all you have to do is change the block placing from mouse to keyboard. And as you can see, you'll be able to place blocks way faster. And combined with the speed effect, you'll be even faster. And add the swift sneak enchant to that, you're ridiculously fast. When storing items, you can press shift and click on the items to instantly put it in the chest. And if you have to store the same types of items in large quantities, you can grab an item and press shift, then double click on the type of item you want to store. All the same type of items will be stored. Minecraft has a few naturally spawned structures. Some are easier to find, some are harder, but one of the hardest has to be the woodland mansion. They're usually thousands of blocks away from spawn, and they only generate in the dark oak biome. So an easy way to locate them is to use a cartographer, because if you have a journeyman level cartographer, he's going to sell a woodland explorer map, and at the apprentice level, he's going to sell a map to the ocean monument. If you want to cure a zombie villager, but you don't want to brew a weakness potion every time, all you have to do is craft arrows of weakness, enchant a crossbow with piercing. Now just use the crossbow to shoot the zombie villager, and you'll be able to pick up the arrow and cure the zombie villager without having to brew a weakness potion again. Most people probably know that curing a zombie villager will give you discounts, and the more you cure them, the cheaper they will sell. But with librarians, players can scam them by buying a bookshelf, breaking the bookshelf for books, then sell the books back to the librarian, giving the player a profit of 2 emeralds. And speaking of curing zombie villagers, having beds or iron bar near the zombie villager that's being cured will speed up the curing process. More beds and iron bars will speed up the process, but it maxes out at 14. Villagers are a great resource, especially for someone who doesn't like to go mining underground like me. Villagers who are armorers, weaponsmith, and toolsmith also diamond gears, so the players don't have to go mining underground, and it allows them to save some diamonds, which means they can build something like this instead of just using it for gears. Trading with villagers for levels is an easy and efficient way because you get both XP and items, but sometimes the villagers run out of stock before we get to the level we want. But clerics will sell XP bottles, so if you can't trade to level 30, all you have to do is throw bottles at your feet. Clerics can also help you save on lapis and redstone ore, because novice level clerics sell redstone dust, and at the apprentice level, clerics will sell lapis. When trading with villagers, having to constantly click on the trade can be annoying, so to save time, all we have to do is press spacebar. The items we trade will automatically be placed into the trading box. A lot of times, Minecraft players will have different opinions on different topics, but I think we can all agree that phantoms are annoying. So if you don't like phantoms, get yourself a cat, because phantoms are scared of cats. Cats can also give you a gift when you sleep with them. And another really annoying mob is the skeleton, because no matter what we're doing, they'll always shoot the arrows up our bum. But we can decrease the chance of this happening by wearing a skull on our head, because by wearing a skull, it reduces the skeleton's detection range. The creeper and zombie head also has the same effect on that mob, and these heads are dropped when the mobs are killed by charged creeper, which can spawn when a normal creeper gets struck by lightning. Mining large quantities of blocks is necessary for building in Minecraft, but the hard part is not only do you have to mine, you also have to run back and collect the blocks, and that's why we need allays, because they will collect the blocks for us. They also throw the items to the note block when they hear it, which allows us to build an allay drop station. And the next one is Java exclusive. But when you're raiding an ocean monument and forgot to brew water breathing potions, a door can be used as an alternative, because not only does it create an air pocket for us to breathe, we can also use it to hide from the guardian's laser. If you don't have a milk bucket while fighting an elder guardian and got mining fatigue, an alternative is to use an axolotl, because if a player helps an axolotl kill its target, the axolotl will erase the mining fatigue and buff the player with regen. Water breathing potion is really good and efficient when a player has to be underwater for a long period of time, like in an ocean monument raid, but one bottle can only last for 8 minutes max, so an alternative is the conduit, which can be crafted from Heart of the Sea and Nautilus shells. Heart of the Sea can be found in buried treasure chest, and the chest can be located with a map from shipwrecks and ocean runes. Nautilus shell can be acquired by fishing, but an easier way in the long run is to build a drown farm, because drowns have a chance to spawn with Nautilus shell, and they will always drop. The conduit gives an effect called conduit power, which is night vision, haze, and water breathing all combined. In addition to that, the conduit will attack hostile mobs like Guardian, Elder Guardian, and Drown Star within 8 blocks. Fishing is mostly luck, but players can increase their chances by using the enchantment Lore and Luck of the Sea. But another way to decrease the wait time is rain, because when it's raining, the wait time is decreased by about 20%. Mending is a really good enchantment, but sometimes it's not easy to get it. So if you don't have mending but you want to repair your shovel, craft another shovel first, because it's cheaper than repairing it with diamonds. And speaking of expensive, we gotta talk about the Wandering Trader, because he likes to sell easily obtainable stuff for a really expensive price. So most people just kill him for the lead. But if you wait until he starts drinking the Invis potion, he has a chance to drop it. And in the morning, if he's drinking milk, he also has a chance to drop a milk bucket. If you're building a pixel art and want a white canvas, an easy way to do it is to put leads on the snow golem and drag them around. When you're in the Crimson Forest biome, you may get hit a few times by the Hawklin, so to prevent this from happening, you can place a warp fungus, because Hawklins are scared of warp fungus. Or you can also stay near a nether portal, because Hawklins are also scared of the nether portal. When growing crops, we usually grow the same type of crops together, but if you alternate alternate the crop types, they grow faster. Usually the fortune enchantment is used on ores, but you can actually use it on crops as well, and you'll get more crops just like ores. And speaking of crops, bees with pollen can speed up the growth rate of crops just like bone meal. And honey can also erase the poison effect, and it also gives 6 hunger points. Other than the poison effect, there are many other effects in Minecraft, and one of the ways to get a status effect is to eat suspicious stew, which can be found in shipwrecks, but it can actually be crafted as well. Crafting requires a bowl, mushrooms, and a flower. Allium gives fire resistance effect. Blue orchids and dandelion give saturation effect. Cornflower gives jump boost effect. Oxeye Daisy gives regeneration effect. Poppy gives the night vision effect. Tulip gives the weakness effect. Wither Rose gives the wither effect. Lily of the Valley gives the poison effect. And Azure Bluet gives the blindness effect. But if you don't feel like crafting and you want to test your luck, dolphins can help, because if a player feeds the dolphin a raw cod or raw salmon, it's going to lead the player to a shipwreck or an ocean rune. Early game when you don't have choco boxes, donkeys and llamas are gonna be the alternative, because both of these mobs can hold chests, so we can just put items in them like a choco box. Llamas have different amount of storage space, but donkeys will always have 15. But the difference is llamas will follow each other, so players can move them more than one at a time. But the downside is that you can't control them, so you're still gonna have to lose hunger points. Early game when you don't have a lot of resources, one of the ways you can save on coal is to light the mobs on fire, because mobs that die while being on fire will drop cooked meat. Or you can also use campfires, because you can cook unlimited amount of meats on campfires, even though you can only do a few at a time, but it only uses one coal, so it's worth it. When you need to get a rabbit's foot for a jump boost potion, holding a care will lure the rabbits in, so you don't have to get tired chasing them. When fighting the Ender Dragon has a move to fling the players up to the sky, so to make sure that you don't die, brew a slow falling potion from a phantom membrane, because this potion reduces the fall damage to 0. When you're being elevated by the chokers at the end city and you're not sure if you can place water in time, an easy way to get down is to eat chorus fruit, because it teleports you to the ground. When fighting a raid, the evoker is gonna be super fast, so to make it easier to kill him, place a lot of boats so he can't run anymore. If you spawn in a snowy biome and need scaffolding, all you have to do is craft leather boots and pick up 2 buckets of powdered snow, because by doing this you're able to use the powdered snow like you're using the scaffolding. If you have a skeleton spawner farm, you can place powdered snow on the skeleton's head to turn them into strays, and by doing this you're able to get the arrow of slowness from the strays. When fighting the wither, an easy way to kill it is to summon it under the bedrock in the end, because by doing so the wither is going to be stuck under the bedrock. But if you don't have access to the end, you can also mine a tunnel underground and fight the wither there, because the wither won't be able to fly up, so you can easily hit it. Usually players are selling sticks to villagers for emeralds, but we can actually buy wood from villagers as well, because master level fishermen will sell boats. Now you're probably wondering, how would we turn a boat into sticks? In the older version of Minecraft, if you crash while rowing a boat, the boat turns into planks and sticks, but it's not like that anymore, right? Correct. But if a boat falls from a very specific height, it's still gonna break. Now most of you are probably thinking it's way easier to do it the normal way. I agree, but for someone who might play on a super flat world with no structure, who also died to pigment and lost a crafting table, and consequently can't craft golden apples to cure zombie villagers, for that person I think this is pretty helpful. But I really wonder who that person is.